On today's show, we sit down with talented national team star Taylor Pendrith, chat with some PGA Tour stars, and hit some balls at Stanley Thompson-designed Islington Golf and Country Club. This is Score Golf, the voice of Canadian golf. Score Golf is brought to you by TaylorMade, the #1 driver in golf. Molson Canadian 67, the official beer of the PGA of Canada and the RBC Canadian Open. Tourism Prince Edward Island. Come for the golf, stay for the party. Hello Canada, and welcome to another edition of Score Golf. Well, you might not be able to tell by looking at this beautiful green oasis behind me with these trees and greens and fairways, but we're smack dab in the middle of West End Toronto. This is a hidden gem, the Islington Golf Club, that goes back to the 1920s, designed by Stanley Thompson, and it's where we're going to be for our show today. We're going to show you this golf course and what makes it such a special place. As well, we know it's the start of the season and we know you want to play some good golf, so we've got lots of instruction for you coming up in our program today. In fact, we are jam-packed with all sorts of great golf entertainment for you. So let's get things started today on Score Golf. Teeing up Team Canada, a look at the success of the National Golf Team program. Brought to you by RBC, proud sponsor of the RBC Canadian Open and Amateur Golf in Canada. He is long, really long. We're talking seriously long here. When it comes to hitting a golf ball a long, long way, there aren't many who can keep up with Taylor Pendrith. The Richmond Hill, Ontario native is easily one of the biggest hitters in amateur golf these days, but it wasn't always that way. In fact, Pendrith sort of stumbled onto golf.
I played hockey and baseball growing up, very competitively, and my sister, actually, she was working at Muskoka Lakes. When she was working, I would go out there and just hit golf balls. And that was like the first time I ever did it, was just hit golf balls and drive on the cart and go pick it up, and I thought it was fun because I could drive the cart.
As a junior, Pendrith had an unremarkable career with no victories to speak of, and he wasn't recruited by any U.S. colleges. But he was still impressive. Impressive enough for the legendary Kent State coach Herb Page to give him a shot.
Taylor didn't have the record in Ontario or Canada. Nobody recruited him. And I was tipped by somebody up there, one of my many sources, and the first time I saw him, it was like, oh my goodness, I can't teach that. He kills it.
Pendrith is one of 2 Canadians at Kent State. The other is fellow Team Canada member Corey Connors, who has nothing but praise for his teammates' distance game.
Has unbelievable hands around the green. He can hit some crazy flop shots, and pretty cool to watch. He hits it over 320 or 330 yards every time. It's crazy. And just put my bag down 40 yards behind him in the fairway and just dream about being up there with him.
Using his distance as a catalyst, Pendrith isn't the type of golfer to lay back. His game is on attack mode almost all the time, and he rarely shies away from a challenge.
I'm a really aggressive player, and if there's a shot that I see and want to hit, I'll hit it. Whether it be a drivable par 4 or a shot over water, a 3-wood or something, I'll do it.
It was that aggressiveness which propelled him to a tie for second in the 2013 Canadian Men's Amateur Championship. Pendrith backed that up with another runner-up finish at the Jack Nicklaus Invitational. But his highlight last season was capturing the prestigious Porter Cup in July, becoming only the 3rd Canadian to win the event after Danny Mijovic and Gary Cowan.
You know, at first it didn't really sink in. I remember reading the booklet that they gave us and seeing all these past winners, and like, wow, this event's pretty, some big names have won this event. It's pretty neat to just be playing in it, and I knew I was pretty close to getting to the next level, but seeing all the good players, good college players there, and people from around the world, actually, it just shows that I can compete with anybody. If I play my best game, then I can win in those kind of fields. So it gave me a lot of confidence.
Pendrith believes that it's his work ethic and dedication over the last 4 years that have led him to his current position. He believes that if he keeps working hard, it may be possible for him to reach the PGA Tour one day.
If I keep practicing and playing the way that I am capable of, and just keep getting better every day, then I think anything's possible. I've got this far in college with a couple of wins and some really good finishes, and my world ranking's gone up. I wasn't a very good golfer 4 years ago, and that's all from practice. And it's just 4 years of hard work, and it's got me here. So I feel like another 4 years of hard work, you never know what can happen.
With a winning track record and his long-range arsenal, it may be only a matter of time before Pendrith finds himself challenging the world's best on golf's biggest stage. They are two of the game's brightest stars.
McIlroy is set up for the eagle.
Jordan Spieth, how about that birdie in the last?
How about that?
That was something.
With every dazzling display on the golf course, Rory McIlroy and Jordan Spieth continue to be exciting to watch. Powering the ball off the tee, firing at flags without caution, and drilling putts from long distances, they are proving they aren't just baby-faced youngsters. Yes, these are the faces of golf's future, but they're also among today's heavyweights, already battling week in and week out with the game's best. And they'll likely be throwing haymakers at each other for decades to come. It wasn't too long ago when one became golf's second youngest multiple major champion, and the other only the youngest to win a PGA Tour event in 82 years. That's right, McIlroy and Spieth are far from ordinary players. But beyond their killer instincts and loaded arsenals, the Northern Irishman and young Texan are surprisingly similar. While most golfers require years of seasoning in golf's minor leagues, both players ascended straight to the top as teenagers. They proved to their peers their games were polished enough to play, each snagging their first win in fewer than 50 starts before their 20th birthdays. Spieth's victory came in a sparkling rookie season where he amassed nearly $4 million in earnings and was PGA Tour Rookie of the Year. Though McIlroy's first full European Tour season didn't include a win, he did tee it up in almost 30 events as a 19-year-old, racking up a half dozen top tens. But comparing their careers so far is like comparing high-powered sports cars. Can you really go wrong? The two are certainly the exception, not the rule, and their impressive successes right out of the gate aren't lost on their fellow competitors.
These young guys just coming out, just all guns blazing.
You know, it's been pretty impressive to see the younger generation of players, and you know, guys like McIlroy and Harris English and those types of players are really, really great players, and they're fun to watch.
You know, someone could come out next year and do what Jordan Spieth did, so the depth is pretty deep at the minute.
The similarities don't end there, though. Despite being mature beyond their years, both have succumbed to the pressure of a major championship. Each endured a final round fall at Augusta National with a green jacket in sight. McIlroy was able to rebound in his next opportunity at the US Open, showing that building off those experiences is something every golfer must do.
I just think that experience is experience. You can't buy that. You just have to deal with it and suck it up as a kid growing up.
Yeah, I think every experience, good or bad, you just got to move forward and try to learn from everything you do. You know, I think if you don't look at each week as sort of a learning experience, then you know you're not really doing your job as well as you could.
You definitely learn from being in contention and under pressure, and but you know that's the fun part of golf. That's what we all play for. So, you know, it just makes you want to work harder and get in those situations again.
You need a healthy dose of it, but you need no more than that, and that's really the secret of trying to find how much is a healthy dose, and any more than that is really just baggage.
You can bet McIlroy and Spieth will find themselves back in those pressure-packed situations soon enough, possibly duking it out for a major as soon as June. They are two of golf's best players, the youngest in the world's top 10. They are different in many ways, yet so similar. We may not realize it yet, but this is golf's next rivalry. Rory and Jordan, get used to it. After this break, we'll take you to West Toronto and the Islington Golf and Country Club. And later, we'll take a look at some resort regions that feature numerous top 100 courses. This is the 10th hole here at Islington Golf Club, and it is one of the best par 3s in Ontario, in my honest opinion. It really sets up what this golf course is all about. Let's take a look right now at this Stanley Thompson gem, the Islington Golf Club. It's said that the #1 feature in real estate is location, location, location. And the same can be said for a golf course. And in the heart of Canada's largest city, Islington Golf Club has one of the best pieces of property in town. Sitting on 120 acres of land a chip shot away from downtown, Islington is the perfect escape from an active urban lifestyle. It's a quiet, peaceful sanctuary for any golfer eager to unwind after a busy day in the city.
Well, one of the great parts of the golf course is we're 20 minutes from downtown. We're in a very active area. However, you would never know we're here unless you drove onto the property. A unique feature that we have here is we do not have any starting times. So you can just show up, fit in with the game, and the waits are normally about 20 minutes to a half an hour on a really bad day, which gives you an opportunity to maybe roll a few putts before you go to the practice range.
With a history that dates back to 1923, the private club continues to treat members to a warm club atmosphere and a spectacular set of holes. Though it's evolved over the years with subtle changes and different routings, for the most part, Islington has kept to its original layout, drawn up by legendary course architect Stanley Thompson. The great designer tucked Islington into the Mimico Creek Valley, combining beautiful foliage, rolling terrain, and the winding Mimico Creek into a charming parkland-style course.
It's a great members golf course. It's 6,500 yards from the back tees. It's a great Stanley Thompson classic layout. The golf course has evolved. We've had a few different layouts as far as routing on the golf course, but where we are now is probably, I think, its best setup. You always feel like you're on your own golf hole. You don't feel like you're coming across other fairways.
That mature tree-lined layout makes Islington a pleasure to walk, while a good mix of holes keeps over 500 members challenged. Thompson utilized tremendous natural hazards in his design, incorporating the Mimico Creek into 12 of the course's 18 holes. He gives golfers options at every turn, pushing bunkers to the side and rewarding smart angles of attack. But Islington is no cup of coffee either. By no means a bomber's course, it takes a well-rounded short game and some serious accuracy to navigate this track and avoid compounding mistakes. Golfers with a good arsenal in their bag will be able to score well on a course that is deceivingly tough.
Well, I think this golf course forces you to play all the clubs in your bag. I don't think it's just stand up and hit your driver and hit it way down there. You've got to think your way around the golf course. And it's a golf course you never get tired of. It can be a lot more challenging than the scorecard shows. Our golf course is in great condition, and every year we keep getting better and better.
Golfers will weave their way along a front nine that gets progressively more difficult, but the pair of par threes at number 4 and number 6 is a fun duo. Both are well protected by bunkers, though the 6th is about 50 yards shorter with a much tighter green.
I think 6 is a neat one. It's 144 yards, well bunkered to a 3-tiered green. Pin placement makes the shot very challenging from the back tees.
After enjoying a snack at the halfway house, Islington's 10th hole thrusts you back into action. An elevated tee and an open fairway teases you into a ripping one on this long par 3, but a tricky green forces plenty of extra strokes with your putter.
10 is a very difficult par 3. It'll play 212 yards from our back tees. We've restructured the cart path a little bit now so it doesn't come into play as much on the right-hand side. But if you can make a 3 there, you've probably won up to the field.
While leaving it short is the right play at number 10, the opposite is the case at 16, where golfers arrive at a stiff 350-yard par 4. It's dead straight off the tee, but a pin perched atop an elevated green creates all sorts of trouble. Take more club than needed to make sure you get it up there.
Well, it's probably our most difficult hole for ladies here because we play to an elevation of probably 40 to 50 feet above the fairway. Accuracy off the tee is a key, and then obviously your second shot, try to make sure you play that extra club up to make sure the ball gets onto the green to a 2-tiered green.
There's no sand to be seen at Islington's 16th or on any of the course's final 4 holes, actually. It's an interesting quirk for players as they move along the club's finishing stretch. And that stretch culminates with the picturesque 18th. With the creek flowing on your right and a beautiful clubhouse 400 yards in the distance, Islington's last hole puts golfers on center stage. A 2-tiered patio can collect some big audiences gazing down at your every shot, requiring some steady hands on the green.
Well, the clubhouse, we restructured our upstairs 2 years ago. The downstairs was done about 5 years ago. One of our unique features is when you come down our 18th hole here and knowing that you've got your friends and foes standing on the patio heckling you every time you make or miss a putt.
One of a number of Stanley Thompson-designed courses in Toronto's West End, Islington features all the elements of its nearby brothers and is just as recognized in the GTA. The club has been honored with many prestigious events in the past few years, too. It drew some of the province's best players during the 2009 Ontario Men's Amateur, followed by some of the world's best players as part of the 2010 RBC Canadian Open festivities. And last year, it celebrated its 90th anniversary. The club has continually gotten better over that span and developed an active, friendly membership that's perfect not just for golf, but also fun social events too. Close to the city, close to the airports, surrounded by a variety of restaurants and a fantastic golf course too, Islington Golf Club is a true Toronto treasure. When we return, Islington's Phil Cavanaugh gives us a tip to hit it straighter, and then a look at some top 100 vacation destinations. Well, we know it's the start of the year, and what you want to do is get out there and be playing some great golf, but you don't do that without a little help from your PGA of Canada professional. Here's the head pro here at Islington Golf Club, Phil Cavanaugh.
Hi, my name is Phil Cavanaugh, head golf professional at the Islington Golf Club in Toronto. The golf season is now upon us, and one of the things I'd like to talk about is alignment. I know as I take people to the range at the beginning of the year to get a little rust off their game, I notice a few challenges with their alignment, so I'd like to explain to you how we can try and correct that. One of the mistakes that I see, and I'm going to use these wonderful alignment sticks to help me out, one of the mistakes that I see is people line their body up square to the target, like that, and then can't understand why the golf ball doesn't go towards their target. What's happened is they've lined themselves up so when you swing the club in front of your body, it's actually going to the right of the target. So unless the ball hooks back, you're probably going to leave the ball slightly to the right, or you're going to leave it way out to the right with a fade. So what I'd like to try and do is have you line the stick up slightly left, so now my club face is facing the target, but my body is aimed slightly left of the target. This allows me, when I take the club back, to swing the club in front of my body and my club face stays square, so the ball has a better chance of going towards the target. If you need help with your game, please contact your local PGA of Canada professional.
The 100, taking a look at ScoreGolf's top 100 Canadian courses. Watch the official release on July 19th right here on TSN. From the West Coast to Atlantic Canada and everywhere in between, this country has some great golf to offer. So where's the best golf tourist destination? In this edition of the Top 100 Moments, we look at the best public golf courses in Canada's vacation hotspots. Kicking off the list is Whistler, BC, where you can ski on top of the mountains in the winter and drive the ball at the base of them in the summer. All of these tracks have spectacular views of the Whistler and Blackcomb Mountains. Ranked 62nd last time around is the Fairmont Shadow Whistler Golf Club. With elevation changes of more than 400 feet, this golf experience in the mountains is a visual treat that's almost sensory overload. It's followed by the Nicholas North Golf Club, designed by, you guessed it, Jack Nicklaus. It was ranked 67th in Canada in 2012 and features some of the strongest par 3s in the land. A half-hour drive north of Whistler in the town of Pemberton, you'll find another gem in the Big Sky Golf and Country Club, which was 65th on the 2012 list. It's one of 4 Bob Cup designs in Canada and sits at the base of the stunning Mount Currie. Let's cross Canada now to the East Coast. Prince Edward Island is also a host to great golf. Ranked 16th in 2012 but long a top 10 course in Canada, the links at Crowbush Cove sits so close to the ocean you can hear the waves crashing. The Thomas McBroom designed course is located on the North Shore and features undulating fairways, pot bunkers, and challenging greens, all mixed with the wind coming in off the water. Dunderave Golf Club is the second course in PEI in the top 100. It was ranked 38th in 2012 and costs less than $100 to play. Moving further east to Cape Breton Island, you can find Canada's 6th-ranked course, Stanley Thompson's Highlands Links, which is inside one of Canada's national parks. The amazing views of the ocean and mountains, as well as the cutting winds here, never stop. Cape Breton's newest layout is Cabot Links, an authentic links course on the ocean that some already suggest is Canada's best golf experience. Where will it fit in the 2014 rankings? Also on Cape Breton Island and on the 2012 Top 100 rankings is Bell Bay Golf Club, designed by Thomas McBroom. Located in Badek, it's hosted many national and provincial championships. Now over to Ontario's cottage country. Muskoka is home to more than 20 golf courses, and 6 of them were on the 2012 Top 100 list. Opened in 1990, Deerhurst Resort was at the first of the wave of new courses that opened in Muskoka. It offers some of the best golf in the region. The Bob Cup and Thomas McBroom co-design was ranked 58th in Canada in 2012. Also making the 2012 Top 100 rankings were the Ridge at Manitou at number 64, Taboo 41st, and Bigwin Island at 28. And Rocky Crest Resort just ranked 1 ahead of Bigwin at 27. Topping the list of Muskoka courses in 2012 was the Muskoka Bay Club, ranked 9th. Designer Doug Carrick put together a stunning layout within the hardwoods of Muskoka that features dramatic elevation changes and rocky outcrops of the Canadian Shield and combines playability with a fair amount of challenge. When planning your next golf trip, be sure to check out these great Canadian hotspots if you haven't already. And be sure to check out our newest rankings, as the 2014 Top 100 Canadian Golf Course list will be revealed on July 19th, right after the completion of the 3rd round of the British Open here on TSN. And we want your opinion. Are these the best vacation hotspots for golf in Canada, or do you have your own? Tweet us using the hashtag SGTop100. We'll wrap up another episode of Score Golf after these breaks. Week Speaks brought to you by Bushnell, the undisputed #1 laser rangefinder in professional golf. You know, the best part about playing golf in the spring is that you have the entire year to look forward to hit your best shot, to lower your handicap, to shoot your career round. But I guarantee you, none of that's going to come easily. In fact, what you have to do is promise me right now, in fact, raise your hand, that you're going to take a lesson from your PGA of Canada professional. Put your other hand on a stack of Score magazines and repeat after me. I, state your name, will take many lessons from my pro, because that's the easiest way to improve. And when you improve your golf game, folks, you'll enjoy it so much more. So go and do that today. Sign up, take lessons with your pro. That's all the time we have from today on Score Golf. I want to thank everybody here at Islington Golf Club. We've had a fabulous visit here. This is a wonderful spot and hidden right in the middle of Toronto. If you want more help with your golf game, check out our YouTube channel. We got all sorts of great instruction there. And don't forget, you can download Score Golf digital copies from the iTunes App Store. Go there. You can get great reading when the sun is down and you can't really play golf anymore. You can still enjoy it thanks to Score Golf. Check that out, and we'll check you out next time right here on Score Golf. Check out Score Golf on all the major social media networks the next time you're looking for a Canadian golf course fix. Score Golf is brought to you by Molson Canadian 67, the official beer of the PGA of Canada and the RBC Canadian Open. Clothing provided by Ashworth. All we do is golf.